of taking over the market or anything of that matter. But I think a
Right.
lot of the attention we got is because we focused on the niche that represents ourselves. We don't want to say, and I think what needs to be said is that a lot of times now in this day and age where people think any sign of diversity is anti someone else,
Right.
when they
What's going on, by his web style, the man, the voice, the fragrance, and we're here to talk to a company, well, a man, as part of a company, owner of a company that I keep passing, what I always want to talk to, and especially in the geek space and the blur space, I think they're providing just a really good marketing strategy as well as a good product, and it's Hanif from Otaku Noir Collection. Hanif, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well yourself. Thank you, thank you.
I'm good. Now, I have to ask a question. What inspired you? Let me get backstory. So, a couple years ago, and I'm sure you know, there were a bunch of sort of subscription geek services, Loot Crate, Russell Crate, all the crates, and
Hmm.
a lot of those ended up dying. Even a lot of the other more style, fragrance subscription services ended up dying as well. And I see some new ones every now and again. Like I saw some new one the other day called SB, like the SB Awards. Somebody was hawking it with a discount code. But a lot of the sort of geek boxes went away.
Hmm.
What inspired you in that landscape? What inspired you to create Otaku Noir?
Actually, I can't take full credit for Talk Noir. My business partner Kay, this was during the COVID pandemic a few years back.
Okay.
As you know, most of the in-person events like Comic Con, New York City Comic Con, or BirdCon, those kind of things were suspended.
Hmm.
And so she simply sent me a tweet saying, I wish we were able to still see Black creators in person like we used to during the conventions. Because whenever her and I would go to conventions across the country, those were usually the first people we would gravitate to. You got Black people behind the booth. Oh, okay. Well, what's your book about?
Exactly.
What's your product about? Oh, okay. Try to support our own, as well as enjoy the atmosphere of the nerddom. So I thought to myself, well, why don't we just make a service, a mystery box service where we can get those same items that we love to enjoy and share them with everyone else within our blurred community. And that's how Attack Noir was born. Within the week that she mentioned it to me, I was already wheels turning. We can do this, we can do that, and and here we are.
So how were you able to get it started? How did you figure out how to do this?
Um, I mean, I have a little bit of a business background. I went to high school in New York City called High School of Economics and Finance. So I was already groomed into the entrepreneurial lifestyle of buy low, sell high, those those kind of things. So getting a business started wasn't difficult for me. I knew about wholesaling. I knew about marketing, what to do,
Hmm.
what you should try to do to make a business flourish. Not every business is successful, but I knew what I wanted to do. I think being a person of color, it's easier for us to find content that represents ourselves. As much as
Right.
we don't see it in mainstream media, it's abundant in the independent community. So that's where we want to focus. We're not looking to inundate customers with Marvel, DC, just reiterations of Black Panther or Green Lantern, John Lewis. We want this to be a culmination of independent creators, ideas and works of art, works of literary as well.
And so now, how easy or how difficult has it been to source the items for your box?
It depends on the items, because a lot of times we deal directly with the creators. We don't.
Hmm.
Most of the authors we deal with, we don't have to talk to the publishing houses. We reach out to
Hmm.
them directly, whether through social media. We just reach out to them. Hey, we like what your content is. We it fits in line with our upcoming theme. Will we be able to purchase several books or posters of your stuff? And a lot
Hmm.
of times they are. I don't think anyone's going to turn down an offer to buy your product in bulk.
Right.
So it's like oftentimes, oh yeah, well, we can, as long as we can get it to you by X date to fulfill our orders. No, they're fine with that. But again, we're just another uh, possible revenue stream for them for
Right.
creators. We don't ever want customers to think that this is a taco noir. This book is a taco noir. This poster is, unless it's something customized that we've
Hmm.
created. we always let people know this is who it is. When you go to our unboxing page, we gladly give backlinks to those creators, because if you like that book, you like that piece of art, you like that collectible, when you click on this link, you can go to their website for more. You can support them further. We don't resell any overages separately, so we're not going to infringe upon their possible revenue streams of, okay,
Hmm.
well, you don't have to buy it from them or from Amazon. You can buy it from a top. As always, we just put it in a box. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't sell, we may share it with people in person during an upcoming event.
Okay. Okay. Now, what kind of reception have you seen from the community at large to Otaku Noir?
Surprisingly, it's been very positive. I didn't think it was going to be negative, but I didn't think we would get a lot of attention as soon as we did. I think once people were able to get the ears perked up, once you heard mystery box,
Hmm.
blurred, it's like, oh, what's this? Okay, and I can see myself in some of these works of art, or I didn't know this even existed. A lot of times when we see unboxing videos from customers and our audience members, is I take more joy out of seeing their eyes light up when they see the surprise of what's inside the box, the creativity of other Black creators, seeing their content in the box. Like, oh, I never even heard of this. Well, okay, I'm gonna look them up. I'm gonna read. I gotta read this tonight. I gotta try this today.
Right.
Those kind of things. Because again, we want people to be able to connect and collaborate with other creators outside of what they normally may see in those conventions that they may go to only on the West Coast, or only on the South, or only on the North. We put in stuff in from all over the country in this box. So now you may have the ability to see a book, or see a piece of art from someone you may have not crossed paths with on social media or in person.
Interesting. Yeah, I know that well, a little bit further up, you can't see it. I
Uh-huh.
have the Prince, the
Okay.
Batman Prince inspired poster. I won that at
Uh-huh.
a panel at BlurCon about 2 years ago. And when it was a little before I rearranged the role and added more stuff, I
Mhm.
always used to get people asking me for my videos, what is that? Where did you get that from? And I always shoot them over to you like, hey, this is the site I got them from. You know, the boxes that they have here was a Prince thing about a couple years ago, but I won it at a convention. So I definitely, when it was a little bit lower, it always garnered questions online. Now, with that, do you think that a lot of the success that you've had with this endeavor has been because you have been able to address a specific niche that the market wasn't addressing beforehand?
Definitely. I think if we were to just do a generic um, box, like you said, there was all the different mystery boxes, Loot Crate, and all these other kind of things out there. I don't think we would have gotten the attention that we have. I mean, we're not in the space of taking over the market or anything of that matter, but I think a
Right.
lot of the attention we got is because we focused on the niche that represents ourselves. We don't want to say, and I think what needs to be said is that a lot of times now in this day and age where people think any sign of diversity is anti someone else,
Right.
when they misuse the word woke, and they really just want to use it with the hard R. We want to make
Hmm.
sure that we understand that we're not saying that our product or our people are better than, because that's how other people think. We want to just make sure that our people and their creations, their product, get a fair shake, get a
Right.
chance to get a spotlight on them. And that's all. And that's what our boxes really is. It just wants to make sure that everyone can see the greatness of what these people can create.
Right. And I actually was a brand ambassador for Basil and Sage for a few months last year, and they focus on Black owned products. So it could be anything from deodorants to soaps to um, sauces, seasonings, whatnot. And for me, outside of just, hey, here's my discount code, you get 10% off, it was a great way to discover brands that I would never see on a store shelf,
Mm-hmm.
or because of the algorithm would never see an advertisement for or video pop up
Yep.
for or think to search them out. And outside of key places like We Buy Black and a couple of other websites that focus on that, there is still such a large variety of Black owned products. And really, when you think of POC products, period, when you extend beyond Black, and
Yeah.
the fact that Otaku No exists and other services like that really help to give those brands a highlight where they normally wouldn't. So I totally understand that, because I found a bunch of products that I'm like, oh, I'm running out. I need to buy it. And I would
Mm-hmm.
not have known about them if I had not been exposed to them via the Basil and Sage box. And same thing with, you know, Otaku Noir. It's like, okay, you know, this post is great, and I've seen some of the other stuff you guys have been putting out, and you know, you've seen I repost stuff all the time, like, oh,
No,
this is
much
awesome,
appreciate.
people need
Yeah.
to see that, you know, so on and so forth, because you guys put out some really unique and interesting stuff with your boxes. So with that, where would you like Otaku Noir to go in the next 3 to 4 years?
Uh, we would love to be able to continue doing what we're doing as far as making quarterly boxes. I think if we're able to possibly branch into doing maybe even bi-monthly, so that we can do, instead of doing 4 boxes a month, a year, maybe do 6 boxes. This year we is our first year doing a bonus box. We
Okay.
did a Star Wars-esque theme box, which is I have it here. You know, this is like a Star Wars-esque theme box that we did,
Nice.
which is just special for the month of May, because, you know, May the 4th be with you, and, you
Right.
know, Avenger the 5th and kind of things. But we want to explore more things like that. We have a list of different themes, but I think we want to increase our possible in-person events. I think as Black-owned conventions grow, we want to basically be able to have representation at those events in some form or fashion, whether it's us in person or we can liaise with other individuals to have our brand represented there with other different type of mystery boxes that include content from creators of color.
Into how has the convention circuit been for you?
It's been pretty well. I mean, I think a lot of times we end up getting a lot of customers to our table that never heard of Otaku Noir.
Hmm.
And I think that's the joy of in person, because you can only reach so many people on social media. You know,
Right.
I post something right now. If, you know, potential customer X doesn't log on to Instagram or doesn't have that hashtag followed, they never see it. So sometimes it's almost like shouting into the void. Whereas if I go into these in-person events, we are talking directly to our target consumers. We just finished doing the Black Comic Book Festival yesterday at the Schomburg Center in Harlem, and it's our target market, Black families. And it was a very good turnout, a lot of different Black creators there, and a lot of whom were inside of our previous boxes. So it was good to finally sometimes meet them in person. We
Right.
actually sat next to Jason Primrose, who wrote the lovely sci-fi novel Last Children of Andromeda. So again, our box is a representation of like a Black comic convention. We literally had at least 5 different creators that at the event yesterday that have been in several of our boxes in the past 2 years.
Nice. Nice. Now, with the boxes you put out, are there any items that have been in, and again, it's not just one item, any item that like were just favorites of yours that you absolutely loved?
Oh, there's so many ones in there, because we a lot of our artwork we do, we sometimes customize it, or we
Mhm.
commission artists, Black artists, to create it for us. I still think our fantasy box, Lord of the Rings, is probably my favorite altogether. Everything in that box is probably our favorite. Well, my favorite anyway, because the deck of playing cards, we changed each house or each suit, hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades. While those still represented the same symbols, but all the royalty on each card represented a different race of fantasy beings.
Right.
So the clubs were humans, the spades were black vampires, the hearts were black fairies. So you had like black mermaids, black fays, black satyrs and stuff. And then the what is the other suit? It was black clubs were black trolls. Oh, I'm sorry, dwarves. So yeah, so we in each suit we had a different black artist create the artwork for it. So now you have 4 different races of individuals represented by 4 different black creators, and I think that was probably my favorite piece that we've done over the past 3 years.
Interesting. And that sounds really cool. I love the more so the in taking the theme and really making it your own, like you're inspired by it, but everything is a sort of custom. And I think that is, in my opinion, something that is definitely more unique than anything else that has come before.
Hmm.
When they've done theme boxes, it's pretty much stuff you can find on store shelves or maybe special items. Funko Pops were a big thing back, especially like the Loot Crate days.
Yep.
Things that are quote unquote limited edition, but you
Hmm.
end up finding in the store eventually. With this, you have things that are specifically created custom for that box that you're not going to find anywhere else. So you really create a value for your customer that is unmatched in many respects.
Right. No, it does totally. And I think that's the beauty of our boxes because it allows us to come up with something creative for our audience, as well as include things that they may not have gotten as far as a book or picture goes. Because even if we don't customize, we don't commission an artist, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to walk into a Barnes and Nobles or a Walmart or anywhere and find that novel on a shelf, find that coloring book, find that poster there. These are things that, again, as you know, and independent creators don't have that many avenues to display their wares in
Right.
person. So we want to be able to, oh, we like what you're doing on this. We'll buy several dozens of those so that way we can share it with our customer base because it fits this theme.
Right. And so now you say your boxes are quarterly. How much are your boxes every 4 months or so? Every 3 months?
Every 3 months is $60. So
Okay.
$60 is plus shipping, but $60 for one box, and we put at least I would say a minimum of 8 pieces in the box. Right
Mhm.
now we've done um, 3 years worth of boxes, and every box has had a T-shirt at least. The Star Wars boxes, we doing different type of apparel we've never done before. So I think a lot of our customers who are going to get the Star Wars box is going to really be surprised at what we were able to pull off.
Okay. And another question: can you buy boxes individually, or you have to sign up for a subscription?
Well, you sign up for a subscription, but after you make your purchase, you can go into your account and you can suspend the auto renew. You're not
Okay.
obligated or required to continue to pay the quarterly price. Like once you buy one box, it may be for you, it may not be for you. Just go
Okay.
ahead and go into your account, suspend renewal, so that way you don't automatically get charged. And we only charge the first week of the third month. So the month that the box is going to stop going to come out is when we charge. So we would charge that month, the month of
Hmm.
March, the month of June, the month of September, like that. We would charge on those months. So you're not going to get, it's not monthly. We don't charge you monthly. It's a quarterly. So every 3 months would be $60.
Okay. Okay. Because I'm asking. I know there's some like subscription services where you don't need a subscription, but you can buy like an individual box. And I know some of offer like for gifts and so, like that would be a
Mhm.
cool gift for somebody or things of that nature. So that's why I
Well,
was asking.
yeah, well, we do offer gift cards. We have gift cards on our website where you can purchase for a pre-selected dollar amount, and the gift cards can be used for any item on our store, whether it's the apparel, whether it's some of the collectibles like stickers, lanyards, or the mystery boxes themselves. They can apply the gift cards too.
Okay, sounds awesome. Now, getting a bit personal, are you
Mhm.
into fragrances at all?
I used to probably in my college days, my single days, I was more into the fragrances. But I have a few fragrances that I have now that my wife picked out for me, just like an Egyptian musk scent.
Okay.
Yeah. But I haven't gone to any malls or counter no cosmetic spots to pick up any new scents though.
Okay. All right. Gotta ask that question just because that's what we do here.
Okay. Is there any scents that you suggest that I should be on the lookout for?
There are too many, but I ones I always recommend because these two are definitely ones I always use. It's Ovation for Men. It is a black-owned company out of Atlanta. I absolutely love their signature fragrance. And then there is Signature Pour Home by Zahar. Those are two I swear by. If
Okay.
those two, if I have nothing else besides those two, I am perfectly happy. Um, and both of those are, I think, for the 60 ml is a harp. I think they still have it, but both are sub 200. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
So they're not super duper expensive. So yeah, that's me personally. But there are many more I can recommend. But two off the top of my head, I recommend to everybody are those two. But Hanif, tell everybody where they can sign up. That's when we do sign up for the Otaku Noir collection.
Okay. Well, first you're gonna have to give me the links for the fragrances. I'd definitely
Yep.
like to take a list sent to those. But you can go to otakunoir.com. That's OTAKUNOIR.com. On our website, we have all of our different mystery boxes, different collectibles. If you just want to find out more about us, we're there. Social media, on Instagram, we're Otaku Noir, all one word. TikTok, we are Otaku Noir Collection, all one word.
Great. Thank you, sir. All those will flash at the bottom there. So if you're not paying attention, they're also in the show notes as well. Hanif, thank you very much for your time, sir. I appreciate it. You know where your website style. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your listening ear. Remember, stay safe out there and be blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you.